For the last 2 years, no one's touched my hair but me. When you finally learn this one skill, it changes everything. No one can cut your hair the way that you do. Every self-cut video that I've posted has hit over 10 million views and attracted a lot of clients. It shows your audience that, man, if he can cut his own hair on hard mode, imagine what he can do for me. Book. I'll walk you through the tools I use to make the self-cut easier, the setup, and I'll show you the step-by-step process of my modern flow taper cut itself. The first tool you're gonna need is this three-way mirror. It just attaches on like this, and then I can just see myself 3 ways. And because I'm so ugly right now, the mirror cracked. Let's get into it. The first step I always start off with is watering my hair because it allows me to not cut all the things that I don't want. Doing a horseshoe section, going from my crown all the way to my recession. That's my first point. And then boom, right? Even out that until I get it nice and cool, bang. I'll just clip that in. Second step is sectioning the back because I don't want to touch the back. Only the shear gets to touch that. Once I have a nice section, I'm going to come in, grab this, and then boom, right there, right? Because I don't want to touch any of that, as well as down here. Just a rough, I don't need it to be perfect because I'm not going to cut down here. I'm only going to be doing the sides. Now, the second step is 5 guard right here. Slap that on, and then I'm going to take this bulk. I'm gonna create like a nice shape where I want my head to be like really square. It's okay that it's a bit wet. That's totally fine. So after I've done that, my next step now is I'm gonna go at the back now, pull my ear down, and then because this is a 5, it's totally fine, and it allows me to like blend into the back now. Boom. And I'm not digging in. I want to keep this bulk back here. The first self-cut tip, avoid hesitation. You never want to hesitate whenever you're about to go because that will create overthinking. You do not want to overthink because that will create fear and doubt that you can't do it. Now, coming in closed, I'm just going to go like boom, first guideline, keeping this fairly low. And just where that ear starts to curve, that's where it comes. Second step is the 1 guard. I'm gonna slap that on, bang, open now. And I'm going to go a nice inch. And as I go to the back, I'm gonna like slowly like curve it down. Boom, right? That's gonna be my base. Now I'm gonna slap on the 2 guard now, slap it on. And then every time that I put on a guard, I always start open first because we want to go longer to shorter, right? We don't want to start close. I want to take off that line now by just scooping out and then literally just going straight up. Boom. Pull the ear down, and then now when I pull the ear down, I'm just trying to fade that into the back, right? And as you can see, that's already like coming out. So now what I'm doing is I have the 3 guard on, and now I'm just like basically making that canvas more square. And see, I see a little bit of bulk right here. I'm gonna come in and grab that. Boom. And then I see a little bit of dark spots up here. When that dark spot, I'm just gonna come in and just take that. Now, just like that, I have my canvas. Next step is coming with my trimmer and my comb and lining everything up. Because when I do that, what happens is I'm able to see better. So I'm gonna line up the C cup, start at one point right here, and then I'm gonna imagine that line coming down. See these dark spots? Look what happens. I can actually see those dark spots more now. I didn't see that before. Before, I just saw like a normal canvas. But when you line this up, it gives you vision. And that's one of the important things about a self-cut is you need vision. You can't see, right? When you can't see, it's very hard to cut your hair. That's why we have tools like this to be able to like see 3 ways instead of just front end, you're able to see the side. And then also techniques like lining things up first, because what that does is when you line it up, you're able to see. So now I have a really nice C-cup and now I know what I'm fading. I'm gonna line up my vertical bar as well because that's going to be able to get that nice lineup and then allows me to see everything first. Even though it's rough and it's not perfect, that's totally fine because we're not trying to aim for perfection. We're just trying to get like a nice draft. Coming in with my next step, and I'm gonna come in with the blade open. I like to pull the skin down so then I can have nice tension, and then I'm just gonna flick up at that line. And as I get to here, I actually want to fade it into the back as well. Because it's such a small area, I don't want to use the whole blade. If I use the whole blade, this whole chunk is going to come out. So I'm only going to use the corners to like flick up. Self-cut tip is always cut less than you think. If you are about to cut like a centimeter above, go a little bit lower. If you're about to cut off an inch, go half an inch. Be safe when setting in guidelines or doing an action when you're doing self-cuts. Now, I'm gonna come in with my half guard and then slap that on, and I'm gonna close it, bang, bang, halfway to take off this line right here. And as I get to the back, I'm gonna like do like a slight burst fade. It's not traditional, you know what I mean? Like it's not like a textbook taper. I'm doing like a mix between a burst fade and a taper, because like that's the beautiful thing about cutting your own hair, is because you can cut it how you want it. You don't have to go by the rules. What I'm doing here is I have the one guard open and I'm just fading everything in. Boom. Now, already, we have like a decent fade. My last step of this process is coming in blade and close it and taking out that faint line right there, because like I just flew through the fade because I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm really just trying to like fly through it, because all the blurriness and the detail work is going to happen at the end of the cut. We want to perfect at the end, not in the middle. And I'm coming in here with like a 0.5 open. So basically like just an open blade and like just fading everything in and using the corners. Boom, right there. I'm going to close it again just to take all that remainder off. Doing some lever play, you know, boom, right there. That's like the base of the fade done. The next self-cut tip is use your left hand. When I'm on my left side, I actually use my left hand. And it's scary, but once you get that mind to muscle connection, it makes things so much easier. Now it comes into my scissor work. See this area right here? It starts to get longer. So I'm gonna grab that and I wanna do like a nice line, boom, because that's gonna determine my area of how long the back is. Gonna continue that same line all the way down, all the way to my head, right? And that will like be my guide for when I do the back. So then I have a point to actually connect the two. I have the side that goes straight into this already. So then when I do this, I don't have to guess. I'm like creating guidelines already. And grab me down here and just continuing that line all the way down. When you're self-cutting your hair, you kind of have to do a little bit of guesswork. What you want to do is create systems in your cut to make sure that you're not guessing. So that right there, I've continued down. Now I'm going to go into the actual scissor work. Taking off these clips here, combing this down, and then now the back has that guide. I'm going to comb every single thing to the back, and then that now becomes my guide. So boom, lift this up. See that? That's my guide back there, right? So I'm going to take that. Boom. Make sure I hold that, comb, grab the next section, see where the guide is, lift that up, boom. When you first doing like scissor work on your head, it is so difficult. It took me so long to do this, but then what you do is that you just develop that mind to muscle connection. Now that we've done the sides, I'm gonna start cutting the top. First step of the scissor work is combing all the front. This will determine how long I want the top to be. I like my top here to be above my eyebrows. So I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna snip that. Boom. Now, I'm just going to do a straight line all the way across, comb everything down now. See how here, it's really long here? Just come in, take that. Any parts here, that seems cool. Now, I'm going to split my hair in the middle. And how I know where my natural split is I just comb it back like this, and then I, boom. See that? That's my natural split right there. And then now, I'm only going to do the perimeter. I'm going to connect the side that I created into the top. So I'm going to over direct everything to the side here and then cut the side so then it can connect, because all this is like overhang right now. Comb in, grab that, and then see that right there? That right there is all the hair that's on the side. I want to connect that now. So come in, boom. Gonna continue that all the way across and connecting the side to the top. And then now I did my like guide, you could call it. Now I want to connect this point and then this point that I created at the front, putting that together now. So coming in, and then as I'm getting to the front, I'm gonna, see that? That was my guide. I'm gonna angle out because I wanted to get from shorter to longer, because I want my front to be a little bit longer. So now I've got a nice length from short to long. And see how there's like a drastic change? I can come in and just like take that right there. Boom. Right now, when I comb this back, it's going to be nicely sitting on top of the bed that I created for that side over there. I'm finished with the scissor work, so I'm gonna come in with blow dryer. I'm gonna blow dry it up, and then I'm gonna like create this flow, right? Blow up and then blow it to where my like hair wants to go. And then with the back, I'm gonna come up and blow it up and then create that flow. So when you are styling, you always want to blow it to how you want it to like basically come out. It's like you don't want to blow it like just dry it, right? You want to basically blow it into the shape that you want it. So for example, I want like a very nice square like look. I'm going to blow it so then it creates that like shape. If you have a look, everything is already in place because I blew dry it where I want it to go. So I'm going to use some heavy pomade. Boom. like that. So I'm applying now, messing it up, and then creating this flow. With this wisp at the back, I like this wisp, so I'm gonna come in and just like roughen that up, and boom, just like that, we are done. Hey, if you enjoyed this video and you're a barber, click this video. It's gonna show you how to grow your barbering business. And if you just like my videos, click this one. It's gonna walk you through my entire setup.